Today on A Way We Grow, we tackle the scary subject of strangers. When it comes to teaching your kids about strangers, it can be pretty overwhelming for both you and your child. Well, Patty Fitzgerald, founder of Safely Ever After, is here to help. Thanks so much for joining us, Patty.
Hi.
What is the right age to begin talking to your kids about strangers?
There's no one right age, but I think generally we're thinking 3 to 4 years old, you can start having certain kinds of conversations with them.
So when I was growing up, there was a lot of talk about stranger danger and avoiding strangers. Is that still the terminology you would use?
No, in fact, every time I hear stranger danger, I cringe because 90% of sexual abuse happens to children by somebody they know. So the fact that we're talking stranger danger really doesn't serve our kids because it's not strangers.
So what term would you use instead of that?
I replace it with tricky people. Tricky people I love because it covers all your bases. Covers people you know, people you don't know, people you know a little bit. So we're basing it not on what somebody looks like, but what they say, what they want to do with the child. And that's how you know if it's a trick.
And then what would be the signs you would tell your kids to look for of a tricky person?
Well, we want to put it in the context of rules. What's the rule when you're out? What's the rule about your body? So in terms of tricky people, a tricky person is somebody who tries to get you to break your safety rules. So when we teach our kids the rules, it gives them the do's, the don'ts, and then they can spot when somebody is tricky. Somebody's trying to break the rules. That's a trick.
So what are the safety rules?
Okay, first one, I am the boss of my body. They're in charge of this body. They own it. They make the rules about who can touch it and who can't touch it. Another one of the safety rules is to always check first before you go anywhere, before you take something. And if a tricky person tries to get a child to go for a walk or come closer to their car, that uh-oh feeling should go, uh-oh, that's not okay. I'm supposed to check first. And if you can't check first, the answer is no. Predators, tricky people love to appeal to a child's sense of wanting to help or wanting to be nice. It's one of the oldest tricks in the book. So one of my favorite rules, safe grown-ups don't ask kids for help when you're by yourself. Another one that I think is really important, no secrets. Love the no secrets rule, really important because predators love to say to kids, shh, this is a secret, don't tell your mom. As soon as your child hears the word secret, it should be like a car alarm going off in their head. Secret, secret, I gotta tell, we don't do secrets. You can swap out the word secret with the word surprise. A surprise is a gift we're hiding under the bed for somebody's birthday or a party that we're going to. But secret, I don't like that word. And last but not least, the uh-oh feeling. Listen to your uh-oh feeling. That's for kids, that's for grown-ups. It's your instinct. Our instinct goes off for a reason. We've just got to listen to it. If we can get them to feel empowered and know that there's somebody like mom or dad who's got their back and is on their side, we can really lower the risk and make them feel good about safety, not scared about it.
What about for parents? What would be some red flags for parents to look out for?
Well, that's really important because kids can't protect themselves all by themselves. Pay attention to who's paying attention to your kid. If somebody is more interested in spending time with your kid than you are, it's a red flag. Biggest red flag, when somebody's working really hard to gain alone time with your child. Just pull back and ask yourself why.
So how were you able to learn how predators and tricky people think?
I went into a jail and I talked to some and I got some of their trade secrets. I asked, what's the one thing that would have stopped you? And they pretty much all said the same thing. If they thought they would get caught, if they thought the parents were paying attention, they would step back. They wouldn't target that child. If they thought the child had enough sense to say, hey, cut it out, or that's my body, or stop touching me, they would back off. So the one thing that stops them, the possibility of getting caught, and that's straight from the horse's mouth.
Thanks so much, Patty. Such great information and really, really helpful.
Thanks.
Yahoo!